Joker! Ultima. What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Clive! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
That the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope. Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this? My father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah! Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
Walkways need patching up. Give me 50 good boards, 8 Spaniards.
Gav told me the gentleman who visited earlier, the one with the loud voice, was your uncle.
We're seeing troops amassing at every corner.
When it comes to boyish charm, Goops has an indomitable rival in Gav. One is the sweet little babe in arms to be cooed over. The other, the naughty little boy who'd pull on my pigtails.
Clive, you're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more. Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, what?
It's a long story.
One for the history, but...
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movements since I've been up? Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know. Thank you.
It's good to have you back. I was worried.
Not bad for a boy from the Imperial barracks, eh?
If you're desperate to know more about Waloed, Vivian's your girl. But if I were...
Ah, the conquering...
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waloeders.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waloeders must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. The wounds he left that night are still raw. Especially for those considerate.
I've never known you to be.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are.
Ah, my favorite pup. Hippocrates. Kupka took something from them.
That bastard shadow loomed over us all. Far too long. Thanks for snuffing him out.
It's good to have you back.
The sun hath taught the mountain, the dawn hath kissed the sky. Bid welcome to the morning, and fears of night goodbye.
Never drinking again.
Ah!
No. To share mine.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that there shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go.
All right, brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kuka fell, Ultima. Him to me. I need to know what he is.
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collect, not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him.
I don't... Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake.
A bringer of...
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do...
Thank you.
Thanks to Sid, the man...
Not bad for a boy from the Imperial Barracks, eh?
Sure they're looking down on us now and...
Welcome back, Sid. How am I getting on? And it'd be worse than that. Don't tell her you... Oh, keep your mug handy.
Well, someone looks...
Nothing escapes you, it's true.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. Start to get a crick in my neck. Is it business or pleasure? It's a relief, thank you. Coin purse weighing you down? Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
I was hoping you'd be back soon.
What do I have to eat to grow as tall as you, Mr. Stelts?
Blackthorn.
What is it?
I wanted to tell you.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. And you under a noose.
I'll try to live up to the name. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
What do you need? To a bloody riddance. Morning. So, what'll it be? It'd last you a good while. Yeah, that should do you. Anything else?
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
Hugo Cook is dead, isn't he?
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
You barely said just spreading.
So, the Professor's got a soft side?
No.
Ah, but I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing, not least of all... Well, when you do, she's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud.
Very well.
When it comes to boyish charm,
Think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Sid.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all. I've got to get this thermal displacement stat.
And this...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in camp. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, the stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, and the shield.
Probably best to take it one bit.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. I've got the design. Show these to Blackthorn.
I can't make head not.
Luckily, the engine plating's basically just a very efficient conductor.
How are you doing? It was luck. But now, thank you. Quick look. Seen enough?
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Blackthorn.
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know.
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. And I'll need help. Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Still, if that's what it's...
And,
Take a look at it. It's just plating. The usual sword grade steel won't that mean, which is weak. Now, as for the rest...
Well, one of us should...
And the other...
Right then.
Well, make your mind...
Up to you who you take to the desert. I mean, Gav's good in the fight, but you don't have my winning personality.
You going after this? Which one of the...
Otto?
All right, then. Where do we find this start?
There's a river that runs...
And I'll head down there.
All right.
Used to...
Just down that...
That's...